इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री पुरुषोत्तम मास के जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की हरे कृष्णा। परम सौभाग्य
Hare Krishna. We are extremely fortunate that in this Purushottam month, the Katha organized through Patni family, we all are listening the same. Along with that, in this pious month of Purushottam, we are listening to the glories of the Purushottam month from Padma Puran. We have been listening this so far, and today, under this Padma Puran, the glories of Purushottam month, we are going to listen to chapter 19 of the same. And in this chapter, Lord Vishnu himself, or Lord Garud Dhwaja, tells Sudev Brahman and gives benedictions to Sudev Brahman, and he himself presents the glories of this pious month. So in the beginning of this chapter, Srila Vyasadev writes, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, that is, the Lord said. So in this 19th chapter, what do the Lord says himself?
दुर्लभम मानुषम जन्म लब्धम पूर्व कृते शुभे पश्चात न चिंतयन मूढ़ पुनर्मै किम भविष्यति। स्वयं भगवान कहते हैं दुर्लभम।
Lord himself says, Durlabham Manusham Janmam. So I will come on this point later, but today is a beautiful Ekadashi Tithi. So I just want to say Durlabham Param Ekadashi. This Ekadashi, that is the Param Ekadashi, comes once in the Adhik Mas. So it comes once in 3 years. So today is Param Ekadashi of this Purushottam month. So although the glories of this Purushottam month are innumerous and This is the last Ekadashi of this month, and on this auspicious Ekadashi day, we all are listening to such beautiful Katha, and we all are present here. So the Lord says, Durlabham Manusham Janma. So this human life is very, very rare. And it is not only said by Lord Vishnu, even Lord Shri Krishna tells the same thing to Uddhava in Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto. He says, Nrideha, this human life is extremely, extremely rare. And Lord Sri Ramchandra also admits, Bade Bhag Manush Tan Pava, which is even difficult for demigods to attain. But we have fortunately got this human form, which is very, very rare. And our sages and saints, scholars have also agreed on the same, have sung the glories of the same. This human life is very, very expensive. Mango means expensive and rare. So, as you all are aware, that this human form we don't get directly. First, we have to take 9 lakh types of aquatic animals. So, we all have passed through that full. So, there are 9 lakh kind of aquatic animals, and there are 20 insects, and then there are 11 lakhs insects, etc. Then 10 lakhs are birds, which we all have become in past lives, and the 4 lakh is human. So, of 84 lakh species, after taking repeated birth and death, and after that, we get this human body. And that also we don't get easily. Bhagwan Vishnu here says, as you might have heard what Ramji has said, you have heard about Krishna thought on the same from Srimad Bhagavatam, but today we are sharing what Lord Vishnu says regarding the same topic. So he says this human life is very, very rare. Labdham purva krite shubhe. So we might have done some great piety, or we might have got some mercy. That is why we have got this human body. But after getting this human life, we get this opportunity that we should work in such a manner that again we are not entangled in this repeated cycle of birth and death, so that repeatedly we don't have to come back in the cycle. But what happens? Vishnu Bhagwan says in the second line, no matter somehow we have got this human life, but later na chintayam mudha. So a mudha means a fool. So a foolish person, na chintaya means he doesn't contemplate, he doesn't think regarding the same. He doesn't regards or thinks that about the rarity of this human life, that somehow we have got this human body, so we should work in such a way that we are not entangled in this cycle again. He adds further, paschat na chintayam. And in this manner, by not contemplating on this rarity, they cannot be liberated. They won't be benefited. Actually, we all people were transmigrating in all the animal life from cat, dog, etc. And we become so distressed in these bodies that we pray to the Lord that it's been a lot. So please rescue us from this. Then the Lord becomes merciful and gives us a human life. And we get an opportunity to be born from the womb of a mother. And in the mother's womb also we have prayed to the Lord that please remove us from this. And as soon as I get birth from my mother's womb, I will perform devotional service to you. So we all have promised the same. Therefore, Surdas ji has written that there is nobody who is as hopeless, as selfish as me. So actually, he's not talking about himself, but it applies to all of us. In our disciplic succession, the Thakur Bhakti Vinod in the Sharanagati book, he writes the first bhajan as follows.
भूलिया तुम्हारे संसारे आसिया पे ये नाना विधव्य था तुम्हार चरणे आसिया छियामी बलि बदू खेर कथा। ठाकुर भक्ति विनोद कहते हैं भूलिया
Thakur Bhakti Vinod says, Oh Lord, as soon as I entered this material world, bhuliya tomare, I forgot you. And as I have forgotten you, paya means I am getting nana vidhi vyatha. So I am getting all kinds of hardships, troubles, distresses in my life since I have forgotten you. If I tell the trouble or hardships of my life,
विषम बंधन पाशे एक बार प्रभु दिखा दिया मोरे वंची ले ये दीन दासे। ठाकुर भक्ति विनोद कहते हैं
Thakur Bhakti Vinod says that the Lord was merciful and he rescued us from these 84 lakh species of life, animal life, and he gave us an opportunity to take a birth from a mother's womb. And I stayed there. And I was trapped in this womb of my mother in a tied back. And once I had your darshan at that time. So we all got this opportunity to have a audience with the Lord in the womb of our mothers. Although we might not remember, we don't even remember what we ate 2 days back. So how will we remember about what we have done in the womb of our mother? So once the Lord has given us the audience in mother's womb, and what happened at that time? At that time, we all people have prayed to the Lord that, oh, my Lord, I am really getting distressed in the mother's womb. My mother eats spicy and I get burned and I get troubled by that. I cannot breathe properly. I can't eat properly. I am suffering miserably in numerous troubles and hardships. And at that time, the Lord gives us an audience. And while we are in distress, what do we pray to the Lord? It is mentioned here that once I get out of this womb of the mother, Kariva Bhajana Tava, then I will perform devotional service for you. So this we all have promised to the Lord or prayed to the Lord that this troublesome situation. So, so whenever they prayed, similarly, they were relieved of this pain. So the last word in the first line is very important, that we all have promised to the Lord that once we get out of this womb of the mother, we will pray or we will perform unalloyed devotional service. But first, please rescue us from this womb of the mother. Then we were removed from there and we were born. And everybody distributed sweets. And in that celebration, we forgot about the Lord. So we prayed that if I get freed from here, I will pray to you or I will perform devotional service. But as I came out, I got entangled in the external potency, your external potency, that is Maya. And I couldn't do anything that I have promised. And I got entangled and engrossed in serving the people of the world. And a long time has passed. When I grew up, then I forgot even my parents. And sansara lagila bhal. And I started enjoying in this material world. Further, he adds, then I started reading and getting education, and in that pride, we roamed from one country to other. Then I accumulated wealth. I got so busy in accumulating wealth. Then I got married and we got children, and I forgot you because of that. So although I have promised that I will perform devotional service once I am born, that promise was forgotten. And now that I remember the same, Thakur Bhaktivinoda says that now I remember, and this time I'm already old now. So the age when we're supposed to perform devotional service, that has already passed. So this is the Bengali language. Vardhakya means old age is here. Now that I have gained this self-realization of or knowledge, I have become old, and in old age I cannot perform devotional service properly. So here the Lord says, Durlabham Manusham Janmam. labdham purvakrite shubhe. So somehow we have got this human form, but paschat na chintayen muddha. After taking birth, a foolish person doesn't contemplate, and therefore their life gets progressed towards the downward hill. Further, the Lord adds, Rudram sarvatra pashyat. The full look at the foolishness of this human Purushottam Masam tu, that Shrutva, that is Mukti Padam Sukhat. So the Purushottam month which can provide us liberation, and after listening to such glories of this Purushottam month which can provide liberation, salvation, and after listening to the same, still he doesn't follows this month or observes this month. So rather than leaving the liberation and salvation, he get entangled in this miserable material world. It is like we leave the holy water of Mother Ganga and look around for water in the desert.
सो पुरुषोत्तम मास भगवान आगे कहते हैं तस्मात.
Further, the Lord adds,
सर्वात्मना सभी ओर से हे विप्र हे सुदेव
so
संसेव्य पुरुषोत्तम
Vishnu Bhagwan says,
इस पुरुषोत्तम मास का सेवन करना चाहिए.
we should observe this Purushottam month and follow the same. Why? Is tasmat, that is, therefore, we should follow the Purushottam month. Because in another verse, he has spoken that during this time, if person performs devotional service, then in his life and next life, ignore, then they are extremely unfortunate. So he lives on the fortune of others. Sometimes people say, we don't perform bhakti, we don't observe Purushottam, but still we are not facing any problem. You are not getting problem because you're living on someone else's fortune. Someone in your family, you are observing or feeding on their fortune. Therefore, Sarva Atmana, Sarva Sevayam Purushottam. So we should observe this Purushottam month. Why? Because Mata Priyaha, it is my favorite. Pumamloke, in this human world, a person will be extremely fortunate who performs devotional service in this Purushottam month. So in this manner, Lord Vishnu reveals all these things to Sudeva Brahman, and then Vishnu ji left. And who is speaking this? This is spoken by Valmiki Rishi to Dhradhanva. Long time back, we all were listening, that he was extremely happy, that he wanted to know that what is the reason of so much opulence and bliss in his life. And Valmiki ji shared all this past life of Sudeva Brahmana, that is Dhradhanva, and you have observed Purushottam, and Lord Vishnu appeared and gave you benedictions. So Lord Vishnu left, and Valmiki Rishi says, so yes, why you were happy? And second, when you went to the forest for hunting, and you found a parrot who was speaking something. And who was he? He says that he was the son of your previous life, Shukdev. In this birth, he became as a parrot so that he can teach you renunciation. So, what was he speaking? He had this question that what was this parrot saying or speaking? So, this parrot was the son of previous life, and he was teaching renunciation to his father that now the time is opportune. Now you should change the course of your life. And what course shall he take? It is mentioned beautifully in this verse.
Ansarudhire abhimatim त्यजत्वम् जाया सुतादिषु सदा ममतां विमोच्य पश्यान्निशं जगदिदं क्षणभङ्ग निष्ठम् वैराग्य रागरसिको भवभक्तिनिष्ठः। क्या शिक्षा दे रहा था? बोले
So what was he teaching or counseling? Dehi sthit masu ridhire. Oh, my father, this your consciousness or mind is focused on your body. You should remove it from there. So throughout the life, you have just taken care of the body. Now you should not be so concerned about the body. Why? Because this body, asthir mas rudhire, this is made from with bones, blood, cells, etc. And so you should not be so much concerned about it. Further, he says, Jaya Suta Dishu Sada Mamta Vimucha. We should get detached from our wife and children. So throughout your life, you have already taken care of everyone. You have been attached to them. But now at the time of death, we should try to detach ourselves from our family. So you're not saying that we should let go of our family responsibilities, but it is about detaching that throughout the life that we've said that this is my wife, my son, that should be removed. And on this mamatva or the feeling of me and mine, so during the time of COVID, so many people died and nobody was concerned. But when someone got even a cough in our family, we used to get so much trouble, distress. Thousands were dying. We were not facing any distress. But when a person just gets cough or temperature, and we all were becoming concerned. The reason being, that attachment to them. The people who are dying, we are not attached to them. Therefore, we don't have any distress or trouble for them. But a person who is our family member and they are deceased, then we are distressed. So why is this unhappiness? And that distress is because of our attachment to them, feeling that they are ours. So throughout our life we have done that, but now when we have got knowledge and we have become self-realized, then Jaya Suta Dishu Sada. So we should permanently remove this attachment, and this world and all the things in this world should be considered to be temporary, and they are bound to be destroyed. And what shall we do? Vairagya, that is, we should renunciate ourselves and we should have attachment towards the Lord. So even I'm waiting for Rasik Bhai. So few days back he was not well, so we were praying. So here in this verse also there is Rasik, and the family also they have Rasik. So Vairagya, Rasa, Rasika. So only renunciation or detachment will not help. That when we go to Haridwar, we meet so many renunciates, we meet so many celebrate that they have left everything, family, business, society, and they are wearing saffron. They have detached everything, but they wait in the line of tea in the morning. So only detachment and renunciation will not help. But along with that, we should have anurag or attachment with the Lord. And when will it happen? When we will become rasik, that this mellow. So this rasik is very important here, especially you will have to be rasik. So once Sri Madhavacharya was visited by a person, and he said that teach me how to love the Lord. So then the sage said, have you ever loved anyone? He said, I haven't done it with anyone. I want to know how to love the Lord. He says, you might have experienced some love. You might have loved your mother or friend circle, your friend. Said, no one, any girlfriend or a woman. He said, I haven't loved anyone. Then Madhavacharya said that you should leave at once. You don't even have a circuit to love. So you won't be able to love anyone. If you have loved someone, then only you can deviate to the Lord, but you don't have that. So you just want or think about renunciation and detachment. This is good, but this, what kind of renunciation we should have, that should be rasik vairagya. So the renunciation should be along with attachment to the Lord. Bhava means do. Nisht means to be engrossed in devotional service. Further, it is beautifully added,
त्यज लोक धर्मान सेवस्य साधु पुरुषां जहि काम तृष्णा अन्यस्य दोष गुण चिंतनमाशु मुक्त्वा सेवा कथा रसमहो नितरां पिबत्वम् धर्मं भजस्व सततम.
Dharmam bhajasva satatam. So what shall we do? Strictly, we should follow the principles of religiosity. Dharma is principles of religiosity. Tatata means strictly, and after a certain age, we should try to curtail our desires. Forget about the marriages of religion. Our children will take care of all this. After a certain age, we should remain in the family, but we should live as a vanaprastha, as if we are living in a forest. So we should leave the material obligations. if they don't go to someone's marriage, then they will. It says, so when you will die, they will not come at your that time. How does it matter? Now you're going to conclude your life. So for how? Why do you need to do this? After a certain life or age, in Gujarati we say sagade dharam. So when it is possible, then we will follow the principles of religion. No, we have to follow the religion religiously, strictly. Sevasya sadhur purusham. So we should serve the saintly souls, sages, or people. Anyasya dosha guna chintan mashu. And we should looking at the shortcomings, failures of others. So we should stop all this enterprise. And what shall we do? Seva katha rasamaho nitram pibatvam. You should constantly drink the nectar of the pastimes of the Lord as Parikshit did. So in this manner, the Shuk council and Valmiki Rishi has clarified this to Radhanva, and he said, this is what he said, that so now I also have to leave. So Valmiki Rishi leaves from the assembly of Radhanva and returned to his hermitage. And now Radhanva became extremely renunciate, and he became totally focused and engrossed in devotional service of the Lord. And here, this chapter concludes.
श्री पुरुषोत्तम मास की श्रील प्रभुपाद की। सो इस प्रकार से
So in this manner, the Purushottam month is going on, and in this Purushottam month, we all are listening to the glories of Purushottam month. So now, before we proceed to the Navadha Bhakti, before that, let's recite Navadha Bhakti. So please listen carefully, and the lyrics would be there, so you can recite them as well.
भक्ति कहूँ तो ही पाई सा। जय जय श्री राधा रमण, जय जय नवल किशोर, जय गोपी चित चोर प्रभो, जय जय माखन चोर, जय जय माखन चोर। श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की, श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। उपस्थित भगवत कथा अनुरागी
Hare Krishna, I welcome all the willful devotees of Bhagavatam, all the devotees attendees. I also extend my warm welcome and gratitude to the senior mellowful devotees who have decorated this assembly. I also welcome you all who've joined through the medium of Facebook, YouTube, Govind TV, etc. That is all the listeners, devotees, attendees, and the organizers of this beautiful Katha, the whole Patni family. If we remember their pious ancestors, Sri Damji Bhai, Devji Bhai, Dudi Ben, Damji Bhai, Kanji Bhai, Jaya Ben, Chotu Bhai, Jasu Ben, Prabhudas Bhai, Damji Bhai. So, by remembering such pious ancestors, and especially in 1970, had served the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and have got their kind mercy and blessing. So such pious, pure family, Sri Yogesh Bhai from Nairobi, from London, Naveen Bhai, Ranjan Ben, Ramesh Bhai and Murli Ben, from Australia, Arvind Bhai and Indira Ben, and from Nairobi, Shobha Ben. So the whole family, Prabhudas Bhai, I pray to his lotus feet. So I welcome you all on the second day of this Navadha Bhakti Katha. Welcome back, and please accept our humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Radhe Shyam. Jai Siya Ram. So, right now we are listening to the pastimes of Lord Sri Ram. So far, we just had an introduction and we heard when Shabri saw Lord Ram has arrived to her home, a hermitage, and she serves the Lord beautifully. And when she wanted to pray to the Lord, she couldn't do the same. And with her humility, she presents her downfall, or that I am the downtrodden, I'm the fallen of the fallen. So how can I venerate you, O my dear Raghav? Then Lord Sri Ram replies, you don't need to do anything, O mother. To attain the path is that Navadha Bhakti, that is the 9 limbs of devotional service that I'm going to share with you, but they are already present in you. You're the epitome of these 9 limbs. So there are 2 types of preaching or experiment. First, a person performs experiment and then the result is, but here the result is already and the counsel is later. Sometimes it happens that if you do this, then you will get this benefit of fruit in future. So you may or may not get it. But here the fruit has already been given, provided. She has already got the audience of the Lord and confirmed that the limbs that Lord Sri Ram is sharing, they're already confirmed, by following which Mother Shabri has attained the Lord. So he tells Mother Shabri,
सीधे हम प्रवेश करते हैं नवदा भक्ति रूपी समुद्र में, राम जी कहते हैं,
so Lord Shri Ram says,
प्रथम भक्ति संतन कर संगा। शबरी प्रथम भक्ति संतन कर संगा। प्रथम भगति संतन कर संगा। दूसर रति मम कथा प्रसंगा। दूसर रति मम कथा प्रसंगा। केवल एक लाइन में
so
सिंपल
in one line, a simple thing has been said, but to understand this, even a whole life can be spent. As you have seen, Pratham Bhagati Santan Kar Sanga. Then second line is Dusri Rati Mam Katha Prasanga. So a few days back, I was discussing with Yogesh Bhai that how we are going to conclude these 9 limbs of devotional service in 7 days. So it just takes one moment to speak Navadha Bhakti, and it will take only 9 minutes to count them. But to understand that, even a whole lifetime can pass, and we can understand so many years can pass, and to imbibe it in our life, even not one life is not sufficient. Parikshit performed one bhakti in his lifetime, and Shukdev did one in his lifetime. So these are 9 limbs. So by the spiritual master's mercy and your blessings, whatever I have in my memory, I will present the same. So first and foremost, while listening to 9 limbs of bhakti, what do we understand? So when initially a person listens, that 9 limbs will be described. So when we hear this, then ordinarily a person thinks they will talk about veneration or worship, so some prayers, something like that. But when Lord Ramji reveals these 9 limbs, he is not telling any Vaidhi or something that needs to be done. So the first bhakti is by sadhu sang. So just to associate with saintly people. So it is considered to be a limb of devotional service. So if there is an exalted devotee of the Lord who has soft heart, if you just sit on the feet of such devotees, so as Damji Bapa and Dudi Mata has taken this or served or sat at the feet, lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada, so they already have performed bhakti. So this is the first limb of bhakti. Sometimes people say, you listen to the Katha and you perform devotee association. What is the result? So this actually is a result in itself. What has Lord Shri Ram said? Santan kar sanga, and that is devotional service in itself. So whatever we need to do, we should do, it is good. But with just associating by just sitting at the lotus feet of great devotees is considered to be a limb of devotional service. It is like performing devotional service. So Ramji has not complicated the process. Just be near a great sage or a saint. That is the first limb. As you have heard yesterday, that Prahlad Maharaj also has shared Navadha Bhakti, and even Ramji has said it previously, and Rup Goswami Govindas. So in all these devotions, the 9 limbs, Shravanam or listening is the first. But Ramji has told that, but has kept it on the second. He has kept devotee association on top. So he is indicating by this that in perspective of Lord Sri Ram, the association of an exalted devotee is beyond everything, or it's a topmost. So even if sometimes if we, but the misfortune that a sage or saint has just came there at their home and he sits there with a book and he gets engaged in other activities. The grain of rice and a moment of a great sage is at your home to give you association, and at that time you leave that opportunity and you do something else. That implies you don't know the philosophy. Just let me know what is the topmost limb of bhakti according to Lord Sri Ram. That is devotee association. So he has told that we should serve and worship, but these are like on the fifth or sixth numbers. So now there are two options. Either you associate with the devotee or worship. So if you have two, then what will you do? According to Lord Sri Ram's sequence, first we should associate with devotee. So this sequence also teaches us these are very, very subtle things, but they're very practical in our lives. Exalted devotee of the Lord is there and will do something else. We have this opportunity to do something else later on throughout the life, but that mercy we won't be getting on a daily basis. In Gujarati, Mother Lakshmi is coming to be merciful, and whatever he's doing something better only. He's doing some good. I'm not contradicting or opposing that. It is also one of the limbs of bhakti, but we need to understand the sequence as well. If there is a satsang or congregation chanting, then we should do that because that is the first according to Lord Sri Ram. So in sequence we should try to understand. So Lord Sri Ram giving priority to devotee association, it means that according to his perspective, all the limbs of devotional service, the glories of devotee association is far, far more than others. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also has indicated the same. He didn't said it clearly. Ramji has said clearly. Mahaprabhu has just indicated. He took Rup Goswami to the Shwamedha Ghat, and what did he said? O Rup Goswami,
भाग्यवान जीव को ही भक्ति मिलेगी.
A fortunate person will only get devotional service. So, what is the definition of a fortunate person? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says,
यदि किसी
Sant
को मिले
ki
तो
kripa,
संत
that
कृपा
is,
प्राप्त
the
नहीं
mercy
कर
of the stalwart devotee of the Lord equals to
ओके.
fortunate.
संत कृपा से ही भक्ति मिलती है.
So, by mercy of a stalwart
संत
devotee,
कृपा
exalted
को
devotee,
छोड़कर
we
कितना
will
भी
get
माथा मार लो,
devotion. So, no matter
तुमने कहीं
how
गति
hard we
नहीं दी है.
work,
समझा?
you will not
आपको
attain your goal.
पोजीशन नहीं गए तुमने. तो आपको कुछ चाहिए तो कृपा
You,
होनी चाहिए.
if you want something, then you should have the mercy
So,
first.
प्रथम भक्ति, ये राम जी का एक वाक्य बहुत कुछ कहना चाहता है.
So, this one word
મને
conveys
યોગેશ
so
બાપાને છે ને,
much.
યોગેશભાઈ મને બાંધીને રાખ્યો છે કે નવધા ભક્તિની કથા કરજો, બાકી 7 दिन केवल एक ही भक्ति का वर्णन और बहुत अच्छे से हो
For
सकता है.
7 days,
और
I can
बाजू
speak
बाजू में
on
बात
only one
करें
limb
कोई बात नहीं, केवल एक
without
भक्ति
speaking
वर्णन
anything
7 दिन.
else. I
एक
can
एक
just
भक्ति
focus
का
on this
7
one
दिन
limb
हम
of
ले
bhakti
सकते हैं.
for 7 days
लेकिन
each.
हम प्रयास करेंगे जितना भी हो
But
सके.
I will
प्रथम
try
भक्ति.
whatever we can.
अब आप देखो, अब आप मजा देखो इसमें.
So now
प्रथम भक्ति, ये तो आपको समझ में आ गया.
you've
प्रथम माने
understood the
पहली,
first limb of
भक्त
devotional
माने
service.
भगति. उसका
Pratha
क्या
means
अर्थ है
first,
आने वाले दिनों
Bhagati
में
means
देखेंगे.
another
भक्ति
devotional
किससे
service
होती
towards
है
the Lord.
भक्ति.
We are going to
जो
define it
यूज
further
करते हैं.
later.
अच्छा, पहली भक्ति कौन सी है.
So the first
संतनः
limb
कर
is
संगा.
Santanaha Kar
कर संग,
Sanga.
संग करो. किसका संग करो.
So whom should we
पढ़ो तो
associate?
जरा आप. किसका संग करो. संत संग नहीं है,
Sant,
संतनः. ओके.
Santanaha.
संत
So
माने
it's not
एक
just
संत.
Sant. So
और
Sant
संतन
means
माने बहुवचन. तो यहाँ
singular
पे स्वामी
form,
तुलसीदास जी
but
यहाँ
here he
पर
says
हम देख रहे हैं
Santanaha, that is
संत नहीं
plural
बोला.
form of the
प्रथम
sage.
भक्ति
So he's not
संत कर
talking about
संगा
a
नहीं है.
sage. He's
प्रथम
saying
भक्ति संतनः कर संगा.
Santanaha
बहुवचन में
Sangha, that
ये
is,
संतन शब्द है.
we
इसका
should
अर्थ हुआ
serve
कि पहली भक्ति
saintly
क्या है.
souls.
किसी एक साधु को पकड़ कर बैठ गए नहीं,
Just
बहुत सारे संतों की
so
संगति करनी चाहिए.
we should associate with many, many
समझे आप.
stalwart, exalted devotees or saintly souls.
संतनः कर संगा माने बहुत संतों का संग. न जाने किस महात्मा के द्वारा, न जाने किस संत के द्वारा
We don't know by
ऐसे
which
पदार्थ
sage
की
or
प्राप्ति
saint
हो जाए.
we will get what.
हमारे गुरुजी परम पूज्य राधा गोविंद गोस्वामी महाराज अक्सर कहते थे, इस
His Holiness
संसार में
Radha
कोई पूर्ण नहीं है.
Govind Goswami Maharaj used to say that
किसी में
nobody
तो
is
एक दास्य
complete.
रस है, किसी में
Some
सख्य है, कोई
has
माधुर्य. कौन पूर्ण है.
one mellow, so nobody is complete.
और भगवान तो पूर्ण है.
And
तो उस
Lord is
पूर्ण
complete,
पुरुषोत्तम को
whole.
समझने के लिए एक
So to
संत
understand this
काफी नहीं
whole,
है, बहुत
one
सारे
sage is
संतों
not
की
sufficient.
संगति करनी होगी.
We should associate with
किसी
many,
से ये
many
रस
sages.
मिला, किसी से ये रस
We
मिला,
will
किसी
get
से ये रस.
each mellow from each saint.
हमारे मधुसूदन प्रभु को आप जानते हैं. कुछ दिन पहले
So
मधुसूदन प्रभु
you might be aware of Madhusudan Prabhu.
वॉशिंगटन डीसी में रहते हैं. हमारे
He
काफी
resides in
मित्र
Washington.
परिवार
He's,
जैसे हैं. तो मैंने एक
he's
दिन
like a
उनको याद
family.
किया.
So I
जैसे मैं
called
उनको
him
भी
once.
फोन करता हूँ तो आधी रिंग पे उनका फोन पहुंच
Usually
जाता है.
he picks
लेकिन
on
कभी
half
एक रिंग, दो
ring.
रिंग, 5 रिंग, 10 रिंग
I
फोन नहीं
called
उठाया.
and
फिर कुछ समय के
but he
बाद
didn't
उनका
pick up.
फोन आया.
After a few
थोड़े संकोच
minutes
में
he
भी थे,
called back.
वाणी से समझ में आ ही जाता है. तो मैंने कहा बिजी है प्रभु, क्या
So
बात
I
है.
said, "You're
बोले
busy."
नहीं प्रभु, मैं कथा सुन
So
रहा था.
I'm
मैं
listening
कहा
to
मैं
the
तो ऐसे ही
pastor.
बैठा था. नहीं नहीं,
So,
मैं उनकी कथा सुन रहा था.
so I'm listening to his
तब मेरे
katha.
हृदय में बहुत आनंद आया.
Then I
रियल में उनको संकोच था थोड़ा बहुत
enjoyed.
भी,
Although
लेकिन
he was little hesitant,
खुशी के मारे समा
but
नहीं रहा था.
I was overwhelmed with
मैं जो
joy.
मैसेज देना चाहता हूँ,
The message that I
जो मेरी
want to
कथा सुन
convey,
रहे हैं ना, मेरे
that
मैसेज को
all who are
समझ जाए.
listening, they should
कि
understand the
किसी
message,
एक को पकड़कर एक
that
से
you
काम
should
नहीं
not
चलेगा.
just focus on
देखो
one.
हम तो केवल लाल गोविंद दास को ही
That
सुनते हैं.
we
ये
just listen
आपका भ्रम
to
फूटा
this
हुआ है.
same one person. So
और भी बहुत सारे संत हैं,
there are so
बहुत
many
अच्छे अच्छे
other
संत हैं. मैं
great
तो अपने आप को संत
sages.
कैटेगरी में भी नहीं रखता.
I
मैं
don't
तो
even
छोटे से
consider
दास,
myself
वो
to
भी
be
बनने
a
का प्रयास कर
saint.
रहा है.
I'm just trying to be a
लेकिन खुशी
servant.
तो तब होगी
But
जब
I
आप
get
अनेकों संतों की
joy
गहराई,
is
अनेकों
when you
संतों
take
से सुनेंगे.
shelter of many, many sages. You listen to many,
ઘણી વાર
many
આ ગુજરાતી છે ને,
sages.
એને હું કહું કે તમને ખબર
If
બીજા
So if you listen to others, then you will understand how hard we work.
तो अनेकों संत, यहाँ पर संतन शब्द बहुवचन में है।
So here, santan here is in plural form. So when I talk like this, then there is a confusion sometimes. And what is that? When Prabhuji was saying this, and we are confused, what shall we do? So let me clarify. Lord Sri Ramchandra said, Prathama Bhakti Santan Kar Sangha. So the first limb is to associate with many, many stalwart devotees of the Lord, as you can see in this verse. So it's just associating. So the confusion is what we should do this, and there they said that we should do this. So people are confused between cauliflower and tomato. This person, you can eat tomatoes. Someone was saying they can't. We eat cauliflower. In that they don't. You waste so much time and you observe the fast little. It's just for matter of one day. So when we associate with many, many sages, then there would be variation. Someone will say that you can do this, other will say that you should not. So we should be mature and we should try to understand. So Ramji is told to associate with. So what are we supposed to do in our life? That our spiritual master will tell. The final authority is our bona fide spiritual master. So we need to associate with devotees, but what should we do and what we should not, that we should understand from our spiritual master. So we should understand this philosophy. We should listen to many, many sages and saints and listen to them and associate with them. But what are we going to do? Should be from one person. That could be your initiating guru or your shiksha guru. So these 2 points are clear. Prathama Bhakti Santan Kar Sangha. So we should listen and we should take education from them, associate with them. But what do we imbibe in our life? That we should get certified from our spiritual master. And the spiritual master should also have a great heart. And if they do something, then you should allow them. In Kali Yuga, spiritual master also say that you should not go anywhere else. You should just listen to me and only me. So the spiritual master should also understand the role of a spiritual master and a sage. So a sage can be a spiritual master and a spiritual master can be a saint. But as yesterday we discussed, what is the difference between a sage and the truthful person is different. So now there could be a question that to perform devotional service, we need to associate with devotees. That is the first limb. Then who is a saint? So this could be a very, very grave, great question, that who is a sage or a saint? So as we all know, so now you have heard that the first limb is to associate with devotees. But who is to be considered as a sage? How can we identify him? Sometimes in Kali Yuga, what happens is to identify a police man is easier. He's wearing a dress, he has medallions. You can trust a doctor by his degree, even a lawyer can. But in Kali Yuga, to identify a sage is really, really tough, because all others can be understood outwardly, but sages
तो संत
should be
कौन है?
understood inwardly. So how are we
वैसे
going to understand that?
साधु संत की व्याख्या भागवत जी में अनेकों जगह
So
पर दी गई है।
in Bhagavatam, the sadhu or sages or saints are described in many. Rishabdev has spoken this to his sons. Kapil Dev has told his mother the same. But because we are sitting at the lotus feet of Lord Sri Ram, so let's keep ourselves in Ramayana. So in Aranyakand, conclusion, there is a pastime which is very much concealed, and usually it's not even spoken or mentioned in Ramkatha, but this is from Ramayana itself. So in the Aranyakand conclusion, there is a meeting between Lord Ram and Narad Muni. And Naradji told Ramji, "Oh Raghuvir, oh my Lord, what are the symptoms of a saint? What are, and if I have to associate with saints, then what shall we know?" Then Lord Ram himself, in the conclusion of Aranyakand, tells Narad Muni the signs or symptoms of a saint. So let's listen from Lord Sri Ram. So the first devotion is to associate with devotees. So how are these saints? This is the divine transcendental conversation between them. So Narad Muni recites or asks,
के लक्षण रघुवीरा कहूँ नाथ भव भंजन भीरा सुनु मुनि संत के गुण ही कहे जिनते में उन के बस रहूं। संतन के लक्षण रघुवीरा, नारद जी कहते हैं कि हे रघु,
संतन के लक्षण रघुवीरा, oh Lord Raghuveer, please tell me the symptoms of a saint or a sant who can destroy the distress of this material world. So bhav is material world and bhanjan is to destroy. So, oh Lord Ram, who can destroy the misery of this material world, please tell me the symptoms of the saint. So Ramji says, I will tell only the symptoms by which I reside in their hearts and they reside in my heart. So wherever they have discussed about saints, there is one point they have never spoken about the clothes. Only the people who wear saffron are saints. They've never discussed of the outward appearance, and they haven't even talked about the varnashram system, that there should be only a sannyasi or so on and so forth. He could be in any cloth and he could be in any ashram, and there are no caste system or class system there. So a person who has the qualities of a saint is to be considered a saint. So Lord Sri Ram says, I will tell you the one who resides in my heart, those qualities. So if you want to be a saint, or you think that you're a saint, or you want to judge a saint, then these are the symptoms here. In the next verse, he says, Shat Vikar Jita. So the one who has taken care of all the 6 shortcomings, that is anger, lust, greed, etc. So one who has already defeated them, then Anag is Nishpap, that is, he is devoid of any evil deeds or sins. a kama
ये सब
who is
संतों के लक्षण है।
free of all the desires
अचल,
or the material desires.
जो जो
Then achal,
जिसकी बुद्धि
whose
अचल है,
mind is achal,
हर
that is
2-2 मिनट में
constant,
जिसकी
fixated.
बुद्धि के डिसीजन बदल
A
जाए, वो
person who
संत
keeps on
नहीं।
changing his decision every
जो
moment is
डगे पण जेना
not a
मन
saint.
न डगे पान भाई। गंगा सती कह गई कि
Ganga
पर्वत
Sati
हिल
said
जाए
that
लेकिन
even
चरण
the
न
mountain
डगे,
can shake,
जिसका मन नहीं
but
डगे वो
his
संत है।
mind is fixated, is a
तो
saint.
अचल अकिंचन संत
Then Akinchan,
के मन में कोई निष्किंचन होता है,
a
जैसे
saint
सुदामा।
is without any
सुदामा को
desire.
लगता ना कि मर जाऊंगा
Sudama has
लेकिन
this
किसी से मांगूंगा
vow
नहीं,
that
अपने
even if I die, I will not
मतलब अपने
ask
लिए।
anything from
प्रभु
others
के
for
लिए
my
तो
sake.
सेवा में मांग सकता हूँ, लेकिन मैं
For
अपने
Lord's
प्राण के
service I can
लिए,
ask, but for my
अपने
sake
प्राण के लिए कभी नहीं।
or to save my life, I will not ask
और
anything.
शुचि संत पवित्र
Then
होता है,
Shuchi, he
मतलब
is
समय से नहा
pure,
लेता
pious.
है। हम नहीं धोई लेવું જોઈએ टाइम टू टाइम। कई बार कुछ ऐसे संत होते हैं नहाते नहाते
Sometimes
ऐसे ही पड़े रहते हैं,
they
वो
don't
संत नहीं है।
take
सब हो
baths.
सकते
They
हैं,
are not
संत नहीं।
saint.
संत शुचि होता है, वो अंदर से भी
The
पवित्र
saint
होता
is
है,
Shuchi.
बाहर
So
से
he
भी
is
पवित्र होता
pure outwardly and inwardly as
है।
well.
अंदर बाहर से पवित्रता स्नान करने से आती है और अंदर की
So
पवित्रता
inwardly
मंत्रों से आती है।
we can purify our heart through
और
verses, and outwardly
ये
we
अच्छा
can
लगता है,
take a
पहली
bath
लाइन का
and
अंतिम
be purified.
शब्द कैसे
So,
होता है?
and how
सुखधाम।
are they? Sukhdam.
सुखों का घर है संत,
They
सुख
are
का
the
धाम
home
रहता है
of
संत।
happiness, bliss.
आप संत को मिलकर,
If you
अगर
meet a
15
stage
मिनट किसी संत से
for
मिलते हो और मिलने
half an
के
hour,
बाद
15 minutes, and after
આમ
that,
બિલકુલ હળવા ફૂલ જેવા અહેસાસ કરો, આમ
if you
બિલકુલ
feel that
આનંદ
you
આનંદ
become
અહેસાસ
lighter
કરો,
and
સમજો
your
કે
heart
તમે
is filled
સાચા
with
સંતને
bliss,
મળીને આવ્યા છો।
then you should think that you have met a true
અને
sage
તમારું
or a
મોઢું
saint.
બગડેલું હોય ને ઉપરથી સંતને મળીને ઓર વધારે બગડે, હે?
And if you're
मतलब
in a full
क्या
moon and
लेकर वहां से
after
आते हो,
meeting
समझो
him,
हम
you
संत को मिलकर नहीं
have
आए, कभी
more
संत
foul
मिलेंगे उनके,
thoughts,
लेकिन
then
वो संत नहीं
we
है।
haven't met a saint.
सुख धाम, संत खुद आनंद में होता है
So they are
और जो
already
संत को
always
मिलते
in
हैं
bliss,
वो भी
and a
आनंद में
person
होते
who meets them also
हैं।
becomes blissful.
आनंद संत फकीर करे, आनंद संत फकीर करे, जो आनंद संत फकीर करे, वो आनंद नाही अमीरी में, सुख दुख में समता साथ रहे, सुख दुख में समता साधन रहे, वो खौफ नहीं जा गिरी में, जो आनंद संत फकीर करे। तो संतों के लक्षण बताते हुए राम जी नारद जी को
So
कहते
by
हैं,
telling while telling the symptoms of a saint, Lord Ram tells Lord Narad
और संत कैसे
that a
अमित
person,
बोध,
a saint is a house of
संत
bliss.
अमित बोध,
And Amit
मीत
Bodh,
माने
Meet
बहुत कम
means
और
very
अमित माने
less.
असीम,
Amit means
अपरिसीम,
unlimited, infinite,
और बोध माने ज्ञान।
and
संत
Bodh
कैसे
is
हैं? असीम
knowledge.
ज्ञानवान।
So they are extremely knowledgeable.
संतों का लक्षण बताते हुए वे
So
असीम
while telling the
ज्ञानवान।
symptoms of a
संत
saint,
कैसे
he says that
अनीह,
they're knowledgeable,
अनीह माने
extremely
इच्छा,
knowledgeable.
अनीह माने
Anih,
इच्छा रहित।
Nihi means desire, and Ani means
राम जी
desireless.
नारद जी को कहते हैं, नारद और
And he
संतों का
says,
लक्षण
tell
कैसा है?
Lord Narad,
मीत भोगी।
what is the
संतों का
symptoms?
भोग,
Mit
मतलब यहाँ
bhogi.
भोग से अर्थ है आहार,
The bhog here
मीत आहार,
is
मतलब
diet,
समतोल आहार होता है,
meat
जरूरत
is
से अधिक भी
balance.
भोजन नहीं, कम भी
So
नहीं,
they eat
जिसको
whatever
कहते
is
हैं ना, अभी
appropriate
कृष्ण
to
ने कहा
maintain their
नियत
body.
आहार
As
विहारस्य
Bhagavad Gita, Krishna
युक्तस्य
says,
कर्मसु युक्त स्वप्नावबोधस्य। और राम जी कहते हैं कि नारद संत
and
कैसे
Lord Shri
हैं?
Ram tells Narad,
सत्यसार,
they are
संत
Satyasar.
सत्यनिष्ठ होते हैं,
So they
चाहे
are
कुछ भी हो
always
जाए,
truthful,
दुनिया
no
कहाँ
matter what
पर भी पहुंच
happens.
जाए, लेकिन वो सत्य के ऊपर अड़ग रहते हैं।
They will remain fixed on truth.
संत
and only truth. And how are they? Kavi,
संत कवि होते
Kovid.
हैं।
So they
कवि
are great
का
poets.
अर्थ
So the meaning
जो
of
एक
Kavi
मर्मज्ञ कृष्णचंद्र शास्त्री जी
has been done by Krishna Chandra
गुजरात
Shastri
से,
from
तो
Gujarat,
कवि
who
की
is a
व्याख्या
great
करते हुए
commentator
कहते
on
हैं
Srimad Bhagavatam,
कि कवि
and he
माने
defines Kavi as
अ, क समये न वदे इति कवि।
Ka Piye Nasvade
मतलब
Iti Kavi.
આપણે ત્યાં કે ને બોલે એના બોર
So
વેચાય, આપણે ત્યાં
the
પેલી
one who
કહેવત છે
speaks
કે બોલે એના બોર
will
વેચાય, ને
sell
સરખામણીએ
his
નો
stuff
બોલવાના
or
9
goods,
ગુણ।
but a
तो
person who
बिल्कुल
doesn't speak,
ऑपोजिट है, नहीं बोलने में
it
9
is
गुण और
extremely
जो बोलता है उसके ही बेर बिकते हैं।
qualitative. 9 qualities are
मतलब
there.
ये
So
दोनों का
these
समन्वय कैसे
two
करें,
are
तो
contradictory.
समय
So
आने
how
पर
are we going to
बोलना
join? So at an
और
appropriate
समय न
time to
हो
speak, and
मौन
where the time
रहना,
is not right, then we
इसे
should
कहते हैं
keep
कवि।
mute. That is the quality
समय
of a
कब
kavi.
बोलना, कैसे
So
बोलना,
when
किस
we
अंदाज
should
में
say,
बोलना,
and in
जो
which
बोलने
way
वाला
we should
जानता है।
say, a person who is aware of this is a
कोविद
kavi.
माने विद्वान,
Kovid means
विद
wise,
विद्वान, और
intelligent,
संत योगी जोगी होते हैं।
and yogi.
राम जी ने संतों का गुण बताते हुए आगे कहा
So while speaking the
सावधान,
glory
संत
or
सदा
qualities of a
सावधान
saint,
होता है।
he says that a
सावधान
sage
माने
is
एकदम
always
दौड़ में,
savdhan, that
एकदम
is
अलर्ट।
always alert,
ऐसा नहीं कि
cautious.
माया का प्रभाव प्रवाह प्रवाह आया
That
और संत उसमें
sometimes
बह गया,
Maya
डूब
will
गया।
attack and
सावधान,
the sage will go with the
सावधान,
flow.
संत
He
सावधान।
is always cautious of the same.
मैं यहाँ पर आपको एक दृष्टांत दे सकता हूँ,
So let
तत्कालीन मुझे मन में,
me
जब
give you an
सुखदेव गोस्वामी माता
analogy.
के गर्भ में थे
Shukdev Goswami was in the womb of
और वो
his
कितना
mother,
कितना समय बीत गया, 9 महीना बीता, 1 साल,
and
2 साल, 3 साल, ऐसा कहते हैं इतिहास में
it is
कि
mentioned
12
that
वर्ष बीत गए।
for 12 years
और
Shukdev ji
सुखदेव
was in the womb of
सावित्री
his
का,
mother,
वेद व्यास जी की पत्नी के गर्भ से बाहर नहीं
and
आए।
he was not coming from the
तो बाहर से वेद
womb
व्यास
of
जी कहते हैं
Vitika,
कि
the
बेटा
mother of Shukdev
तुम्हारी माँ को
Goswami,
कष्ट
wife
हो
of
रहा है,
Vyasadeva.
तुम बाहर आ
So
जाओ।
Vyasadeva said that your mother is getting
तब
distressed,
अंदर
you
से
should
सुखदेव
come
क्या
out.
बोले,
Then
नहीं नहीं,
what did
मुझे माया का
Shukdev
डर
said?
लग रहा है,
I am scared
मैं
of
बाहर नहीं
the
आऊंगा, मुझे मोह
material
माया का
potency or
बड़ा डर लग
external
रहा है,
potency
मैं
of the
बाहर
Lord.
नहीं आऊंगा। ये कौन बोल रहा है?
I don't want to
सुखदेव।
come.
सुखदेव ने क्या
So
किया
who
था?
is he saying?
शिव जी
Who
के
has
मुख से
he has
श्रीमद्
heard
भागवत कथा
the
सुन चुके थे,
Bhagavatam from the mouth of Lord Shiva himself.
तो शिव जी के मुख से पूर्ण
So
रूप
who
से
has
भागवत सुन चुके
completely
हैं,
heard Bhagavatam
तो वो
from
इतने
Lord
अलर्ट हैं,
Shiva,
इतने
he's
सावधान
so
हैं कि मैं
alert
बाहर नहीं आऊंगा,
that
मुझे
I
माया
don't
का
want to
स्पर्श
come out
लगेगी।
because the
और हम लोग भागवत का
external
वर्णन
potency
तो
of the Lord will
जानते
touch
हैं,
me. And
लेकिन
we
इधर
don't
उधर
know
घूमते रहते
anything
हैं। माया में
of
विचरण
devotional
करते
stuff,
रहते हैं।
and we roam
तो
in this
संत जो होते
external
हैं
potency of the Lord.
वो
So a
डरते नहीं
sage
है, लेकिन हाँ
is
सावधान
not
बहुत है।
scared but is always cautious of the same.
और मानद, ये बहुत अच्छी बात,
Manad.
भगवान राम नारद जी से कहते हैं संत का और एक
Lord
लक्षण
Muni is told
मानद,
by Lord Shri Ram,
दूसरों को मान देते हैं।
Manada, that is, they give
संत दूसरों को
fame or
मान
respect,
देते हैं,
honor to others.
दूसरों को महान प्रस्तुत करते हैं।
They present others in a
सती,
great form.
दक्ष प्रजापति की
Sati,
कन्या शिव जी की
the
पत्नी
daughter
सती,
of Daksh
श्रीमद् भागवत
Prajapati,
में
the wife of
इस
Lord
बात
Shiva
को
in
लिखा
Srimad Bhagavatam, has said this,
कि शिव जी जैसा महात्मा
that
कोई नहीं है।
there is
क्यों?
no other saint
क्योंकि
like
दुनिया
Lord
में
Shiva.
3 प्रकार
Why?
के लोग होते हैं,
Because there are three types of people in this world.
जो
One,
किसी के गुण में भी दोष देखते हैं।
who see
बहुत
shortcomings
लोग
even
होते हैं,
in
आपको ऐसे मिले होंगे,
someone's
मुझे तो बहुत मिले हैं। किसी के गुण में भी
qualities
दोष
or good
देखते हैं,
qualities.
बताओ कितना बड़ा आर्ट होता है,
So, what a
कितना
great
बड़ा
art
आर्ट
is
होता है।
this.
कोई कोई मतलब कोई अच्छा आदमी है तो उस अच्छे में भी दोष देखना।
So, even
आपने
if a
देखा
person
होगा
is good, they will find faults in them.
एक ने
So, there
देखा,
is a saying,
દીકરાનો જન્મ થયો
a boy
તો
was born
પડોશીમાં
in
ખબર
the family,
પડી કે
and the
દીકરાને
neighbors
ખબર છે
got the news
બાજુવાળાને ત્યાં દીકરાનો જન્મ
that
થયો,
that
દીકરાના તો
they have
જન્મ થયા
begotten
જ
a
ને,
son. That
એની તબિયત સારી રહે તો
we
કહેજો,
will be. If he gets
બડા બડા
good
લોકો
health, then
એકદમ
let me know.
સ્વસ્થ તંદુરસ્ત,
He was extremely
એની
healthy
તબિયત
when he
બી
grew
વાહ
up,
કે તબિયત भी बहुत अच्छी है,
and he
तबीयत
said
अच्छी
he
है,
has great
अच्छी
health.
स्कूल में एडमिशन मिले तो
If
कहना,
he gets good admission in a good school, then
बहुत अच्छी
tell.
कॉन्वेंट स्कूल में एडमिशन मिल
So he
गया,
got
बहुत
admission
अच्छी
in
पढ़ाई
convent,
लिखाई शुरू हुई।
and he started educating
अरे तू तो
himself.
कह रही थी स्कूल
He
में
said he
एडमिशन
will
नहीं
not get
मिलेगा,
admission,
बहुत अच्छी स्कूल में एडमिशन
but he
मिला,
got
एडमिशन
admission
होने
in
से
a
क्या
good
होता
school.
है, अच्छे
How
मार्क्स
does it
लाता है।
matter? If he gets good grades, then let me know.
10वीं क्लास में
In
लेवल से
10th,
पास हुआ, पेड़े
he
काटे गए और उसको कहा गया देख तू
passed
कैसे
with
इतने
98
अच्छे मार्क्स ने 98
and
लेकर आया।
he got 98
मार्क्स आने
percentage.
से क्या होता है, अच्छी कॉलेज में एडमिशन मिले तो कहना।
So what happens with just great grades? You need to get
बहुत अच्छी
admission in a good
अच्छी
college.
यूनिवर्सिटी में कॉलेज में एडमिशन मिल
He
गया,
got admitted
तो
in a
बोला
good
कि
university.
देख तू तो कह रही थी एडमिशन नहीं मिले,
So that
एडमिशन भी मिल गया। एडमिशन से
he
क्या
got
होता है,
admission as a what? How
अच्छी
does it
जॉब
matter?
मिले तो कहना।
If he gets a good job, then let me know.
बहुत अच्छी है इसकी स्टडी हुई, अभ्यास हुआ और
So
बड़ी से बड़ी कंपनी में जॉब मिल गई।
he got a
फिर उसको
job in a
पड़ोसी
good
को
company,
कहा गया
and the
कि
neighbor
देखो
was
जानती
told,
है उसको कितनी अच्छी
you know,
जॉब मिल गई,
he got
कितना
a good
कमाता
job
है,
as well. How
जॉब
much
से क्या
he
होता है,
earns? What happens
अच्छी
with the
पत्नी मिले
job?
तो कहना।
He should, if he gets a good wife, just let me know.
देखना उसको अच्छी पत्नी नहीं मिलेगी,
He will not
पैसों
get
से
a
क्या
good
होता
wife.
है।
What can money
अगर
solve?
किसी के गुण में भी दोष देखना हो ना तो
So
ऐसे
in
देखना
someone's
सीखना।
qualities, you
अभी
can
भी वो
see
हजी पाछी तो
the
पड़ती જ નથી। कहते हैं अच्छी पत्नी मिले
shortcomings.
तो कहना। अब दिखने में भी बच्चा अच्छा था, जॉब भी
The
अच्छी
the
थी,
boy
गुण
was
अच्छे
good
थे, तो
looking
बहुत
and
अच्छी पत्नी मिल गई, शादी हो गई।
he got a beautiful woman.
तो उस पड़ोसी को कहा गया कि देख कितनी
They
अच्छी
got
पत्नी
married
मिली, अच्छी
and
पत्नी
he
से
got
क्या
such a
होता है,
beautiful wife.
उसको बच्चा
What
होगा
happens
तो
with him?
कहना।
So once he begets a
शादी
son,
પછી
then
થોડી
he'll
મને
let me
થઈ
know.
જાય અને કોઈ દીકરો થાય તો મને કહેજે। शादी हुई 2 साल के बाद एक
So
बहुत सुंदर
after
पुत्र
2 years,
की प्राप्ति
he
हुई और उसे कहा गया
got a
कि तू
beautiful
बोलता रहती
son,
कि
and
बेटा नहीं
then
होगा, बेटा हुआ,
he
बेटा हुआ,
will not get
अच्छी
got a
स्कूल में
son. He got
एडमिशन
a
मिले
son.
तो कहना। હવે તો
When he
પાછી
gets good
પડી, આખી
admission,
પેઢી તે નિંદા
then let
કરી,
me know.
આખી
The
પેઢી તે
whole
ઈર્ષ્યા કરી ગામની, હવે તો પાછી
life you have just
मतलब
being
ये चीज
envious of.
कुछ लोग रिजर्व होते हैं ये
So
करने के
some
लिए।
people are reserved for such things.
तो इसे कहते हैं किसी के गुण में भी दोष
This is
देखना।
to find faults in someone's good qualities as well.
तो ये तो थर्ड क्लास, ये सती का
So
स्टेटमेंट है श्रीमद् भागवत जी
this is
में
a statement of Sri
कि
Sati
किसी के गुण में भी दोष देखते हैं, वो तो थर्ड
in
क्लास के
Bhagavatam.
हैं। लेकिन उसके ऊपर अपर क्लास
So
के
these are
कौन
the
से हैं,
third class.
कि
And the
किसी
upper
के
class
गुण
is
में
who?
गुण देखें और
In
दोष
some
में दोष
qualities,
देखें,
they see qualities, and
ये
shortcomings, they
सेकंड
see
क्लास के लोग
qualities.
हैं।
So this is the second class
कि
of
जो
people.
गुणवान है उसमें गुण देखे, दोष है उसमें दोष देखे। लेकिन फर्स्ट क्लास के लोग कौन
But
है
the
मालूम
first
है,
class category of people
किसी के
are
गुण
those
में तो गुण देखे
Ajivir,
लेकिन किसी
the
के
one who
दोष में
sees
भी गुण देखे, ये फर्स्ट क्लास के लोग हैं।
good qualities even in
दोष में भी
others'
गुण देखे।
shortcoming. That is the first category of a person.
इस प्रसंग में मुझे हर बार
So in
वो
this
एक जगतगुरु
passing,
की याद आती है।
I remember our
हमारे
spiritual master
बिहार से राधा कृष्ण प्रभु सुनाते थे, सुनिए
Radha Krishna
अपनी,
Prabhu used to say.
आप सब अपने हो इसलिए। ये उन समय की बात है जिस दिन
So
महाराज जी
this was
गुरुदेव
during the time
प्रीचिंग करते थे गांव
when
में और
Gurudev used to preach in the
और कभी
villages, as
कभी
we are aware.
प्रीचिंग करते समय,
And
कथा
while
करते
doing
समय
preaching
लीला
or
करते
doing
थे,
Katha,
ड्रामा करते,
he
जिसे हम
used
लोग
to
ड्रामा
have
कहते हैं ना, नाटक नहीं
drama.
ड्रामा। तो एक बार क्या हुआ,
So
चैतन्य
once what happened,
चरितमृत पर लीला करनी थी,
they
चैतन्य
were to
चरितमृत पर
perform
ड्रामा करना था।
drama on Chaitanya Charitamrita,
और ड्रामा में पहले से सब तय था कि देखो,
and everybody
और
was
उस वक्त कौन सा
decided.
ड्रामा था, वो काजी का,
And what was
काजी
it?
जानते ना,
The
काजी
Kazi
बलिदान। नवदीप
liberation
मायापुर में वो मुस्लिम
in
काजी
Navadha
था
Mayapur.
जो चैतन्य
This
महाप्रभु
guy,
के मिशन में
so
सब बाधा देता था, मृत्यु
who
दंड
was
दिया था।
disturbing the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
और
So that was the context. And
ड्रामा क्या करना था कि चैतन्य
what was this
महाप्रभु और
drama?
सारे उनके
Chaitanya
जितने भी
Mahaprabhu
भक्त
and all the
काजी के
devotees
पास जाते हैं
will come to
और नारा
Kazi.
लगाते हैं कि मारो काजी पाजी को,
And
मारो काजी
they have to
पाजी को,
say that
मारो
kill
काजी पाजी
this
को।
Kazi,
तो अब
should
प्रश्न
be
उठा कि चलो
beaten.
चैतन्य महाप्रभु का
So
रोल
there is a
राधा
question.
कृष्ण प्रभु में जिसकी बात कर रहा हूँ वो करेंगे,
Chaitanya
और सब
Mahaprabhu will
डिवोटीज
be
लोग
played by
काजी का
Radha
रोल कौन
Krishna.
करेगा।
Who will play the Kazi?
तो काजी का रोल गुरु महाराज को दिया गया।
So that role was given to
परम
Guru
पूज्य राधा
Maharaj.
गोविंद गोस्वामी महाराज को काजी का रोल दिया गया। हे मूछ बूछ लगा करो, काले कपड़े, आप सब जानते हैं काजी। अब क्या था उस लीला में, उस
So
नाटक
now
में,
in
चैतन्य
this
चरितामृत के
drama,
अनुसार उस
according to
प्रसंग में
Chaitanya Charitamrita,
चैतन्य महाप्रभु बहुत बहुत
Chaitanya
सीरियस हो
Mahaprabhu
जाते हैं।
becomes
चैतन्य
extremely
महाप्रभु का
serious.
रोल कैसे सीरियस, माने उसे स्माइल तो देनी नहीं है, सीरियस
And he's not supposed to
क्योंकि
smile, he
मृदंग
has
तोड़
to be
दिया था
serious
काजी
because
के
the
लोगों ने,
Mridanga was
मृदंग तोड़
broken
दिया,
by the people
तो
of the
सीरियस रहना
Kazi.
है
So
चैतन्य
he has to
महाप्रभु
be
को।
serious.
और सबको नारा लगाना
and all have to say that we need to beat this Hasi. So this all was decided, and this drama started. So the whole team came chanting the slogans, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very serious. So Radha Krishna, so Radha Govind Maharaj is the spiritual master of Radha Krishna Prabhu, who was playing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when he saw him in this form, he started laughing, and the whole drama became flop because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was supposed to be serious and has to debate. So this is a shortcoming. So how to find a quality in the shortcoming of someone? Then how Radha Govind Goswami Maharaj balanced it with one dialogue? He said everything. He said, I have performed a grave sin that my people have broken your mridanga, and Nrsimhadev was sitting on my chest, and I became extremely scared, and therefore I didn't want it to come in front of you. But oh Mahaprabhu, by seeing the smile on your face, I am getting the courage to speak. So this was all out of syllabus. But how to see a good quality in other shortcomings, but with the quality in we see shortcomings even in good quality. So this is the first. And Mother Sati has said what, which is even further, by just seeing a little quality in others, if you magnify it and say that he is so great, he hasn't done anything, he's done little, to amplify and magnify others' great quality, that only a saint can do. So here Ramji is telling Naraji the quality or symptoms of a sage is that he's cautious and manada. He gives respect to others. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Manadadina. And then further he says, Madhina. He doesn't even have iota of pride. So they're devoid of pride and dheer, dharma, gati, parama, pravina. So they are very wise and patient, and in following the principles of religiosity, they are expert in that. And further Ramji adds,
दुख रहित विगत संदेह तजि मम चरण सरोज प्रिय तिन कहूँ देह न गे तिन कहूँ देह न गे। संतों के लक्षण बताते हुए राम जी नारद जी
well, telling the symptoms of a sage or qualities of a sage, Ramji says, Gunagar. So he is an ocean of great qualities. And Sansar Dukh Rahit. He is not disturbed by the material misery. He is devoid of all the material misery. Vigata Sandeha. He doesn't have any doubt. So he is devoid of any doubt. And Tajima Macharan is Saroj Raj Priyatinahu. So Ramji says, except my lotus feet, the saint has no goal. His only goal is to attain my lotus feet. And that is why we address our
निरंतर है, सतत
founder Acharya as Prabhupada, who has the
और एक
who
बहुत सुंदर बात,
is at the
ये
feet
गुण
of
आप
the
सभी
Lord.
में है,
So
सभी
this
लोगों में
quality
है,
is in all of you.
निज गुण श्रवण सुनत सकु चाही।
Nijaguna Shravana Sunata Sakuchahi.
सच्चा संत जो है ना, सच्चे
A
संत
great
कैसे होते
Sikh.
हैं? निज
How is
गुण
he?
सुनकर, अपने गुणों
When
को
he
सुनकर
listens to
सकु चाहिए,
his
सकु चाहिए
praise
मतलब
or qualities, he
मतलब उनको अच्छा नहीं
becomes
लगता,
ashamed
जैसे
or
आप लोगों को
they
हम
don't
लोगों को
like
कहाँ
it.
अच्छा लगता है? इसलिए तो आप वो फॉलो और
That is why.
लाइक और सब कहाँ, आप तो उस झंझट में होते ही नहीं है। तो ये संतों के गुण है
So these are
कि
the
निज
qualities
गुण
of a saint.
श्रवण सुनत सकु चाही। मुझे एक बात उसकी याद आती है, एक संत थे,
So
संत
there
थे
was a
कलयुग में,
saint in Kali
ये
Yuga.
संसार मोह माया है,
Said this world
संसार
is
का संबंध
Maya.
मोह माया है,
All the
सब
relationships
कुछ मोह
are
माया है, सब कुछ त्यागो, वैराग्य ले लो।
illusion, and you should
और सभी
remove
भक्तों से
everything and
निवेदन
become
है,
detached.
मुझे
And you
लाइक
all should
और
respect.
सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूले।
Please don't forget to like and subscribe me.
उस साधु ने 1 घंटा प्रवचन किया,
So for
फिर ये
1 hour
सब
he
मोह माया
spoke
है,
on
और वो
renunciation and
वैराग्य और सब,
detachment.
फिर लास्ट में
With
क्या
all
कहा
this is
कि मुझे
illusion,
लाइक
and
और
in
सब्सक्राइब
last he said
करना
that
ना भूले।
please
इसका
like
मतलब
and
ये मोह
subscribe.
माया हम लोगों के लिए,
So,
तेरे लिए कुछ नहीं है।
so this is only for us and it doesn't apply on you.
कह रहे तो निज गुण श्रवण सुनत सकु चाही। संत कैसे हैं? अपने गुण को सुनकर
So how is a sage?
सकुचा जाते हैं।
By listening to their praise, they become.
मैं इतना बड़ा तो नहीं हूँ, लेकिन मैंने
I'm
मेरे
not
जीवन
much.
में ऐसे बहुत
In
सारे
my life,
संतों को
I have
देखा है।
seen such sages in my
आप
life.
उनकी प्रशंसा आप, मैं
If you
क्या
praise
कहूँ,
them,
ये मेरी पर्सनल बातें हैं, लेकिन
so these are my
ये
personal things.
पत्नी परिवार तो हमारा अपना
This
परिवार है, आप सब मेरे
Patni
अपने हैं।
family is our own. They are all our.
योगेश भाई,
So
एक बार क्या हुआ, राधा
Yogesh
गोविंद
Bhai,
महाराज की कथा
once
थी,
happened. There was a katha
तो
of Radha Govind
मेरी
Maharaj,
सेवा थी अनाउंसमेंट करने की।
and I
मैंने
was
मेरी
told
आंखों
to
देखी
make
बात मैं आपको
announcements.
सुनाता हूँ। तो मेरी अनाउंसमेंट, मैं अनाउंसमेंट करता, जैसे मैं अभी कथा करता हूँ तो अमित नारायण प्रभु अनाउंस करते हैं ना,
As
सबको
Abhinaya
सूचना
Prabhu
देते हैं।
announces
तो मेरी
when
सेवा
I
थी
do the
सूचना
katha. So
देने की।
this was my seva
अरे इसको
at
तो
that
कोई
time.
प्रोग्राम फिक्स होता है ना,
So
जैसे
there is a program
कथा
fixed
समाप्त होने के बाद
after the conclusion of the
जो
katha.
अनाउंसमेंट करता है, तो
The
स्वाभाविक सा है
announcement
कि गुरु महाराज ने बहुत अच्छे से भागवत कथा
speaks
हम
of
सबको
praises
सुनाई, और
the
महाराज जी ने
speaker,
बहुत अच्छे
and
से
he has
अपना
spoken very
वक्तव्य
well,
किया। तो आइए
and he has
महाराज जी
given
के
us.
लिए हम एक बार
So
महामंत्र
let's
बोलकर
chant
अभिवादन ज्ञापन
Mahamantra
करेंगे। ये
and
साधारण बात है ना, ये कॉमन सी चीज है।
pay our respects.
तो
This
हमने
is
इस
very
प्रकार
common.
से अनाउंसमेंट किया, और
So
सभी
this is
भक्तों
how
बोले
we do
हरे
the announcement.
कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे। तो सभी लोग महामंत्र बोले,
So everybody spoke the Mahamantra,
फिर ये
and
अनाउंसमेंट
then
समाप्त हो गई।
when the announcement was
तो
concluded,
महाराज जी ने मुझे इशारा किया
when
कि
Maharaj
आओ,
ji indicated to
मुझे
me that
मेरी रूम में
come
आके
here
मिलना।
and you should come
मैं
and
कहा
meet me in my room.
कुछ मुझे कॉम्प्लीमेंट देना होगा, कुछ अच्छा
I
बताना
thought he
होगा, तो
might
मैं तो तुरंत पीछे
want
पीछे
to
गया।
praise me, so I went behind him
रूम में गए,
immediately.
मैंने
And
महाराज
when
जी
we
ने कहा
went,
कि दरवाजा बंद करो,
and he said that
दरवाजा बंद
please
कर
close the
दिया।
door.
और महाराज મને જે ખીજાણા છે મારી
And
ધૂળ
then
ચડાવી
he
લાગે,
became
ધૂળ ચડાવે
so
સમજते हैं? आपने
angry
मेरे लिए
on me. He
महामंत्र
said that
क्यों बोला?
why
मैं
you
तो थोड़ी
told
देर
them
समझा
to
भी नहीं,
say Mahamantra
लेकिन
for
महाराज
me.
जी
For
ये तो
some time I
हमारी
couldn't
मंत्रों
understand.
की विधि है, हरि बोल
This is
बोलते हैं,
the
ऐसे
process
तेरी मैया
in
थोड़ी बोलते हैं, हरि बोल ये महामंत्र। आपने
ISKCON that we
महामंत्र
say
क्यों
Haribol.
बोला?
Why you
मैं कहा
spoke
महाराज
Mahamantra?
आपने इतनी अच्छी
Maharaj,
कथा
you
सुनाई
have
तो मैंने तो बोल दिया।
spoken so well.
अब देखो
So
गुरु
that is why
महाराज
I
बड़े
did it.
सीरियस होकर क्या
The
कहते हैं,
Guru Maharaj became so serious and
देखना
he
उस
said,
दिन क्या कहे। गुरु महाराज ने कहा
and
कि
he said,
इतना बड़ा महामंत्र
such a
तुम
huge
मेरे जैसे
Mahamantra
तुच्छ लोगों के लिए यूज करोगे?
you're using
उसकी
for a
विनम्रता देखो,
fallen
इतना बड़ा
people like me.
महामंत्र
So
मेरे लिए
this is
क्यों
his
यूज करोगे? मैंने
humility.
ऐसा कौन सा बड़ा
Such a
काम कर
great
दिया जो
Mahamantra
आपकी
you are speaking
कथा
for
मैं
me.
अपने लिए करता
What
हूँ?
have I done? I
आज
do
के
the
बाद
Katha for
मेरे
my
लिए
sake.
महामंत्र
From
मत बोलना।
today onwards, never
माला
speak
जप
Mahamantra
करने
for
के
me.
लिए मेरे
You
पीछे
should
ये
chant the
मेरी
holy
कथा
names of
के
the
बाद
Lord.
महामंत्र आज के
But to
बाद बोलना,
thank, you should
नहीं तो
not
हरि भाई
use the
भी बोलेगा।
Mahamantra. but I kept on doing that. But that day I realized that this is the quality of a great saint, as Ramji has enumerated here. Nijagun Shravana Sunata Sakuchai. By listening to their praise, they don't like it. Paraguna Sunat Adhikarsha. And when they listen to others' qualities, they become extremely happy, satisfied. So is it appropriate for me to speak further? Right now, I just saw His Holiness Radharaman Maharaj has been very merciful. So Radharaman Swami, we address him as Chote Maharaj as well. So today, he is a sannyasi, and because of Maharaj's health issues, he is giving us the guidance and counsel so that we can progress in our devotional service. He gives us guidance. And in this, the arrival of Radharaman Maharaj, it's a great matter of fortune for me, but for this family and for all of us, it's a great fortune. So I request that please
એમના સાથે ત્યાં છે લંડનમાં છે મહારાજજી.
Maharajji is in London right now.
So अजीत भाई आप महाराज जी को निवेदन करें.
So please request Maharajji.
स्वागत महाराज.
Welcome Maharaj.
ये तो सबका फोटो आता है. आपको करेगा आपको कुछ बोलना है. हरे कृष्ण.
હરે કૃષ્ણ. અજીત તું માઇક ઓન છે તમારું. હવે મહારાજજી
સ્પોટલાઇટ કરો. મહારાજ ઉપર સ્પોટલાઇટ કરો.
કર્યું
સ્પોટલાઇટ.
महाराज जी स्पॉटलाइट में ही है. आप महाराज जी बोल सकते हैं. हम सब लोग आपको देख रहे हैं. सो आप कुछ आशीर्वचन कुछ
हरे कृष्ण बोलिए. तो क्या क्या कहना है? हरे कृष्ण हरि बोल.
हरे कृष्ण महाराज जी.
बोलो. वो सुनते हैं. तो हमको क्या बोलो.
आपको आशीर्वाद देना है, आशीर्वचन देना है हम सबको.
वो तो कथा ही के माध्यम से आशीर्वाद होता है. अच्छा लगा आपका. प्रथम भगति संतन कर संगा, दूसरी रति मम कथा. तो दोनों साथ साथ आपको हो रहा है. प्रथम और द्वितीय. प्रथम भगति संतन आप अच्छा बता रहे. तो पुलरल में है, बहुवचन में है. और दूसरा सेकंड है रति. रति मतलब प्रेम, आसक्ति. दूसर रति मम कथा. तो अच्छा है. सत्संग का तो हो ही रहा है, साधु संग हो रहा है. और दूसरी भक्ति जो है कि उसके साथ साथ कथा में बढ़िया से करते रहना चाहिए. कथा के विषय में सबसे बढ़िया अनुमोदन ब्रज की गोपियों ने किया है. तो कथामृतम तप्त जीवनम कवि भिरीडितम कल्मषापहम. तो कथा अमृतम. आपकी कथा अमृत है. और कल्मष अपहम, जो कल्मष किसी प्रकार का जीवन में दोष द्वंद्व है वो. और इस कथा को कवि विद्वानों सज्जनों द्वारा विद्वानों ने सो गया है. भूवि गृणंती है, जो पृथ्वी पर वो लोग धन्य हैं जो इस कथा को प्रस्तुत करते हैं. सबसे बड़ा लाभ है भगवान कथा लोगों तक पहुंचाना, लोगों तक पहुंचाना. क्योंकि भगवान के नाम जप से हमारा शुद्धि होता है। चेतो दर्पण मार्जनम, हमारा ऐसे सब कुछ होता है, लेकिन विशेष रूप से कीर्तन से, भगवान के नाम के जप से चित्त का मार्जन होता है, चित्त की शुद्धि होती है। लेकिन रुक्मिणी जी ने कहा है कि भगवान में आसक्ति होती है, विशेष अटैचमेंट भगवान के रूप में, भगवान के गुण में, भगवान के धाम होता है, तो वह भगवान से, भगवान के विषय में सुनने से होता है। प्रसिद्ध रुक्मिणी जी ने जो पत्र लिखा था भगवान को, तो उसमें उन्होंने, रुक्मिणी जी ने कहा कि मेरा चित्त, मेरा मन निर्लज होकर आप में प्रवेश, आप में लगा हुआ है। मानो कोई पूछे अथवा कृष्ण ही पूछे कि हमसे प्रेम होने का क्या कारण है, हमने तो कभी आपसे मिले नहीं, देखे नहीं, हम में कैसी आसक्ति हो गई, हम में कैसे प्रेम हो गया। तो रुक्मिणी जी ने बताया था कि मेरे पिताजी भगवान के भक्त हैं, साधु महात्माओं का सत्कार करते हैं, आदर करते हैं। साधु महात्मा मेरे घर पर आते रहते थे, विशेषकर नारद जी आते थे। तो मैं तो छोटी ही बालिका ही थी, छोटी लड़की ही थी। नारद जी तो वास्तव में कथा पिताजी के लिए कहते थे, लेकिन मैं भी बाजू में बैठ जाती थी। और नारद जी ने जो आपके गुणों का, आपके रूप का वर्णन किया, तो सुनने से, मैंने केवल सुनी हूँ, लेकिन सुनने से ही मेरा मन आप में लग गया है। तो मैं यह कह रहा था कि श्रवण कीर्तन दोनों महत्वपूर्ण है। कीर्तन से हमारा प्यूरिफिकेशन होता है, शुद्धिकरण होता है, जो उससे भी प्रेम भी होता है, लेकिन प्राथमिक महत्व रूप से वह काम करता है शुद्धिकरण का। और कथा सुनने से, भगवान के विषय में सुनने से, भगवान के प्रति स्पॉन्टेनियस अट्रैक्शन है जीव का, तो वह जागृत हो जाता है। ऐसे वैदिक शास्त्रों में कहा गया है कि प्रत्येक प्राणी, जो भी जीव हैं, चूंकि ये भगवान के अंश हैं, तो प्रत्येक जीव में भगवान के प्रति प्रेम है। ऐसा नहीं है कि कृष्ण प्रेम को हम कहीं दूसरे से इंपोर्ट करना है, दूसरे से लाना है। वो ऑलरेडी है हृदय, सबके हृदय में। निर्विशेष रूप से ऐसा कोई व्यक्ति नहीं है जिसके हृदय में कृष्ण का प्रेम नहीं है, लेकिन वह सुप्त अवस्था में है। माने कोई बहुत बड़ा साइंटिस्ट है, बहुत बड़ा विद्वान है, तो सोया हुआ है तो पता नहीं लगता है, चाहे अनुभूति भी नहीं होती है, उसको भी नहीं, कुछ काम नहीं करता है। लोग जग जाता है तो बोलता है तो समझ में आ जाता है कि कितना भारी विद्वान है। मैं कहता प्रत्येक प्राणियों के हृदय में कृष्ण शुद्ध प्रेम है। नित्य सिद्ध कृष्ण प्रेम साध्य कबू है, सिद्ध है, मतलब कि ऑलरेडी हम अचीव। तो साधना नहीं करे, साधना करते करते वो प्रेम हम दूसरे से लाना है, तो हमारे हृदय में ही है। नित्य सिद्ध कृष्ण प्रेम साध्य कबू है। तो कृष्ण प्रेम कैसे उदित होता है, कैसे जागृत होता है, उसको चेतन चेतन बताया गया है। श्रवण आदि शुद्ध चीते करय उदय। श्रवण कीर्तन से, उसमें श्रवण आदि में है, बिगिनिंग में है श्रवण आदि शुद्ध चीते। जब श्रवण कीर्तन हम लोग करते हैं, हमारा हृदय पवित्र हो जाता है। श्रवण आदि शुद्ध चीते करय उदय, हमारे हृदय में प्रेम, कृष्ण प्रेम, स्वाभाविक जो कृष्ण प्रेम है, कृष्ण के प्रति आसक्ति है, तो वह उदित हो जाता है, जागृत होता है, जीव कृतार्थ हो जाता है। तो उस अवस्था में जाने पर जो भक्ति का जो सुख है, वह भक्त और रियलिश करने लगता है, उसका आस्वादन कर सकता है। इसलिए अच्छा है भगवान ने आप लोगों को सुयोग दिया है सुनने का। और सुनने, किसी भी सुनने से लाभ होता है, बात सही है कि हम सुनते हैं। तो लेकिन इस समय के कंटेम्पोररी समय के लाल गोविंद जी एक अन्यतम भागवतम के भागवतम के क्या कहते हैं स्पीकर हैं, प्रस्तुत करते हैं। श्रद्धा है इनमें, कथा के प्रति रुचि है और प्रस्तुत करने का उत्साह भी है। और भगवान की कृपा से प्रस्तुतिकरण की जो कला है, कौशल है, भगवान ने वह भी दिया है। और वो ऑनेस्टली भगवान ने जो सामर्थ्य दिया है, जो कला दिया है, जो योग्यता दिया है, जो टैलेंट है उसका भगवान की सेवा में लगा रहे हैं। तो हमारे लिए बहुत प्रसन्नता की, हृदय से प्रसन्नता होती है। कहीं सुनते हैं कि वहाँ कथा करे, वहाँ कहता है, इतने लोग सुनते हैं। और कभी तो मेरी भी इच्छा होती है कि अच्छा होता है कि हम भी पूरे 7 दिन तक बैठकर सुनते, और अच्छा होता है। आज मैं आया था तो बाई चांस ही आ गया, ऐसे हमारा कोई प्लान नहीं था, हम भी नहीं जानते थे। कुछ घंटे पहले हमको भी पता नहीं था कि यहाँ, लेकिन यहाँ आए, ये भी घर में प्रवेश किए, अजीत भाई जी घर में प्रवेश किए तो सामने स्क्रीन, इसको क्या, यंत्र को क्या कह रहे हैं आप लोग? आईपैड यहीं पे आईपैड के सामने हुआ तो लाल गोविंद जी का अच्छा चेहरा। ऐसे कोई भी व्यक्ति पूज्य हो सकता है रूप से, लेकिन भगवान ने कला तो दिया हुआ है, भक्ति दिया हुआ है। सास का जो फिजिकल अपीयरेंस है, फिजिकल समझते हैं ना, सौंदर्य, भगवान का वह भी एक अपुलेंस है। और जब वह भी होता है तो बढ़िया से कथा के प्रति, स्पीकर के प्रति जब क्या श्रद्धा होती है, लगाव, उसके प्रति लगाव होता है, उसके प्रति महत्व बुद्धि होती है, तो जो कहता है, जो कथा प्रस्तुत करता है, और कथा के प्रति भी आसक्ति होती है। तो भगवान ने कृपा करके उनको विद्वता दिया हुआ, प्रस्तुत करने का जो शैली है, कला, वह भी दिया है। और साथ साथ हमें वो बात बताता है, क्या कहते हैं, प्लीजिंग, अट्रैक्टिव शरीर तो भौतिक है, लेकिन यदि वो अट्रैक्टिव होता है तो वह भी लोगों को और भी उसके प्रति, कथा के प्रति और कथावाचक के प्रति, कथा प्रस्तुत करने वाले, तो मेरे लिए बहुत प्रसन्नता की बात है। आप लोग, अच्छा है, आप लोग तो बहुत समय, कई घंटे सुने होंगे, मुझे कुछ ऐसे ही आधा घंटा 30 मिनट ही सुनने का अवसर मिला। तो ठीक है, आप लोग इसे कंटिन्यू रखिए। शायद हमें ऐसा लगता है कि आप लोगों का आज के कथा का समापन का भी, विराम का भी समय हो रहा होगा। तो बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, भगवान ने आप लोगों को अवसर दिया है, सुयोग दिया है श्रवण के लिए श्रीमद् भागवतम विशेषकर। यह तो ऐसा रामचरितमानस तुलसीदास ने प्रस्तुत किया है, नवधा भक्ति। प्रथम भगति हम भी सुन रहे थे, प्रथम भगति संतन कर संगा, दूसरी रति मम कथा प्रसंग। तो आप लोगों को दोनों एक साथ हो रहा है, साधु संग और कथा में रुचि भी, कथा को भी प्रेम। हरे कृष्ण, जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे
परम पूज्य राधा रमण स्वामी महाराज की। सो हम तो केवल बोल रहे थे,
So we were just speaking, Santan Karasanga. So we were just discussing this, but by the mercy of the Lord and Srila Prabhupada, that practically the bhakti, that is to associate with devotees, such we got association of Radharaman Swami today. So whatever we were discussing, So by mercy of Guru Maharaj, we have got this opportunity. So this is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. There was not this, as Maharaj Ji has said, I was looking for Rasik Bhai and he is here at Maharaj. Maharaj is at his home. So thank you so much, Maharaj Ji. You have spoken so much about me. So I said that I'm not a son or a devotee, but still we like the praises. So please be merciful and bless us that we get relieved of all these shortcomings and perform devotional service and sing the glories of Bhagavatam well. So thank you so much. Along with it, now that you're coming to US, so you will come to Florida, Alachua. So we will do Bhagavatam from here so that everybody can get benefited from your association. Thank you.
संतन कर संगा प्रथम भक्ति संतन कर संगा प्रथम भक्ति संतन कर संगा दूसर रति मम कथा प्रसंगा दूसर रति मम कथा प्रसंगा। महाराज जी, जब भी मैं आपको सुनता हूँ, आपके
Maharaj Ji, whenever I listen to you, whatever words come, they convey a great message for me. This is my heartfelt revelation. So you all might have understood, but let me repeat. So he said a great point. Hari Naam can give us everything. But what is the first fruit? That is the purification of our heart. So the immediate result of chanting the holy names is that it cleanses our heart. But the first action is to purify the heart. Although it gives everything, but for Harikatha, the first action is the attachment towards the. So which is a beautiful point that Maharaj has shared. So by mercy of Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada, you all are listening. So today is the second day. And on this second day, during the Katha, we are discussing the first limb of Bhakti. And we got an audience with the saint, and we got the benefit of his. So all time is up. So let me conclude today's session. I thank you all that you have been listening with so much patience. Since last 3 years, you've been listening. So I'm really thankful to all of you. And especially I want to thank the whole Patni family and remembering their ancestors who have organized the Katha in their reverie. So I'm thankful to all of you. So let's conclude today's session with Jai Jaikar, the sixth Katha.
भागवतम महापुराण की, श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की, श्री रामचंद्र